Hi friends, it's Jules. Welcome to Jules Journals. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my plans for my Hobonichi for 2026 and kind of show you like an evolution of how I've used a Hobonichi in the past. I have 3 years prior that I've used, so I'll show you how I've used it in the past and what my plans are for going forward. And yes, I at one time said I wasn't going to do it again, but here I am. Yep, I love the Hobonichi so much. All right, but a couple things. First off, before I get started, is I got this sticker book on Amazon and it was only like $6, $6 or $7. That might have been a Black Friday. No, I got it a couple weeks ago. I just wanted to show it to you. So it's What's Inside a Garden Stickerology by Rachel Ignatsoft. Yeah, no. And it's just so cute. I actually did see it at Barnes & Noble, and then I took a photo of it because I was like, oh, I want that at some point. And then, yeah, it's just cute and it's really affordable. It's just a lot of nature stickers. I think it's really cute. Quick flip through here. I'm gonna break the spine a little bit. Cute little quotes and stuff in here. The garden reconciles human art and wild nature, hard work and deep pleasure, spiritual practice in the material world. It is a magical place because it is not divided. Thomas More, poet. That's a great idea. The back of this is not wasted. You could put this in your Hobonichi or junk journal or anything. And I really liked the small ones in here for my sticker calendar book. And there's little, I mean, it's super cute. Okay, I'm not gonna flip through the whole thing because we would be here forever. Well, there's a quick flip through. There's more little ones. They look the same. Maybe it's a repeat, which is fine. And the other thing is I got my new Mantra Wellness. Love this magazine, and it is very affordable. A subscription is affordable. I've been using this magazine for years with junk journals and creative journals, but I just had to show you that I got the new one. I love this magazine, how it flips over and it goes the other way, the opposite direction. So see how it's upside down in the back? But this is a fantastic magazine for paper lovers. Okay, the other exciting thing I got was I ordered actual stickers for my mail club, for my patrons, to put on their envelopes for their Happy Mail. I'm so excited. So I think what I'm gonna do is put one of these stickers, the very first one, on my new Hobonichi for 2026. A lot of people decorate their Hobonichis right away and fill it all up. I really don't like to do that. I like to add stickers over time throughout the year, because it just for me, it's more meaningful what the stickers are throughout the year. Like if I go somewhere, go to a store and I pick up a sticker. But so I like to kind of do it throughout the year. Let me zoom you in a little bit here. So yeah, I ordered these stickers and from Sticker Mule, which if you need stickers, I would say these are more for like your business if you need stickers, because it's going to be like all the same sticker, but they have really great deals. I love their marketing. They send you a couple freebie stickers, and I really like Sticker Mule. We use it at my job as well. All right, so let's talk about my evolution with the Hobonichi and why I've bounced back and forth as to whether to use it. So I have this stacked from oldest to newest is on the bottom. So I have 2022. I didn't do 2023. Then I have 2024 and 2025. And you'll see they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Zoom me out so you can actually see that. And I don't want that. I don't want it super chunky. I know a lot of people love that. I just don't love that. It's really hard to write on. I did just actually discover something though. If you come back here and it's hard to write on, because of how chunky it's gotten, what you do is you take part of it under here, because the binding, the spine is so flexible, and you move it over to the other side and then it will lay flat. Genius. I still don't want it super chunky. So I think I definitely don't want to put as much in it. Like I have cards in here, lots of magazine stuff in here. So I don't want to get it as chunky. I mean, it obviously is going to bulk up a little bit. In the past, I have gone back and forth as to what to do with the different sections. If you're not familiar with the Hobonichi, it has like 4 or 5 different sections. It has the yearly pages. So I can show you here. The yearly is like, this is January, February, March, April, May, June, and then you flip it over, it's the next 6 months. So a lot of people do use this for habit tracking, which is what I was using it for in 2022 and not doing a great job at habit tracking. But it's a great way to use it for habit tracking because it has these little lines up here and then it has the X's here. So that's a great idea to do for that. Why is that? Am I missing a page? I am. Weird. I cut it out for some reason. That is bizarre. Okay. And then you have the monthly section, and then you have the weekly section. So this is a month at a glance, and this is the week. And then you have what they call the daily section, which is just 1 day per page. And then there's some blank pages here and there, and in the back there's some blank pages. It's always been a struggle for me what I should do with each one of these sections. I don't really use it as a planner. I use pretty much my home calendar that we have on our kitchen counter as my planner for like our personal stuff, or our Google calendars my husband and I share for that, or I use my work calendar for work stuff. So I don't really need this as a planner or to keep track of, you know, dentist appointments, anything like that. I like it more just like creative journal, and I just love the paper and all of that. Okay, so where I was with the monthlies before, this looks like I was doing what I ate in a day, but I'm sure it changed throughout the year. And I give up sometimes. I don't do it a month. I'm not real consistent with it, which is a common thing, and I don't think we should feel bad about it. Did I do anything? And then this is my first year in the Hobonichi too, so I probably was a little intimidated, and who knows when I got it. I might have not even gotten it until, who knows? Is this January? Oh, I actually got it in Japanese. It does look like I got it in January. So anyway, then the weeklies, which I have done this quite a bit, is where I kind of record what I did that day. A lot of times I'll put in like media, what I watched, what I was reading. But I have a different idea, kind of, for how I want to treat this section in the future. And then for the dailies, I really was doing just more creative journal, just kind of writing stuff down and gluing in stuff. You know, it's just more of a hands busy and using up stickers and collage stuff. But that's how I was using it in the past. I don't really want to add, I'll add stickers, I think, but I'm not going to add like magazine images this time. Then a brief look at my 2024. I do use some tape here and I write in the year if I can. I started writing the Wordle word of the day in the yearly. And the monthlies, I was doing a photo a day for a while, but I'm actually going to use one of these planners for a photo a day, which I love this idea. Absolutely love it, but I'm going to keep it in something different. I'm going to keep it in the same style of book as I have my sticker book in, or calendar. So I'm still going to do that, just not in my Hobonichi. And then in the weeklies, what was I doing? Again, I was doing, I think I did this in the next year too, where I put in what I did that day, media I consumed. I was putting in some steps and some sleep schedule stuff. And then again, doing more of the creative journaling in the back here with photos and magazine stuff. But okay, so let's take a peek at my 2025, which I've already given up on because it got too chunky and I wasn't enjoying writing in it. And Wordle. I do like that, but I don't think that's what I'm going to do this year. I did start doing the weather, like the temperature, and also writing in the Wordle. I'm not going to do that either. Then kind of like a highlight or something of the day, also weather. There's so many things you can do. I did create for myself when I was trying to figure out how to do this, is I wrote down ideas that I've seen for each section, and then I picked my favorites, and that's how I'm going to start. It can be a work in progress. It can change over time, but that's how I'm going to start it. Also, this year I did start doing 5 things of gratitude, but I wasn't very good at keeping up to date with that. I have a separate little notebook for habit tracking from the company Levenger. So I'm not going to do any habit tracking in here either. I know, I have all the things. I'm a weirdo. But again, doing more of the creative gluing stuff in type of format, but I don't think that's what I'm going to do. If I can find a page of what I'm thinking more like this. Like this might actually be one day a week or whatever, where I do what I eat, kind of a brain dump and a quote. And then one day is going to be of the week of what I read that week, what I watched on TV. That's kind of more what I'm thinking. It's just more writing, more like this with some stickers and maybe some washi. Okay, so I have organized it and written in some things that I want to do. Zoom you back in a little bit. And so I think for the yearlies, I'm going to do important dates, but kind of looking back in retro. So like, not really birthdays, but more like, okay, this is our vacation. This is, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what actually would go in here now that I'm thinking about it. We don't do a lot. I mean, I shouldn't say that. My husband's had 3 happy hours this week. So maybe I could do that. Now I'm second guessing this. Ugh. Or should I do the weather with the Wordle? The weather and Wordle? The WW? Okay, I'm going to write because I am questioning this now because we don't do a ton. Okay. Well, this is why we talk about these things. What do you guys think? And this is actually December of this year. So what I'm going to use this space for is I'm going to do a vision board for 2026. So that's how I'm going to use up that page, and I'll just cover up the dates and everything. But I think for the monthlies, I'm going to do a highlight of the day. So just write something of significance of that day. And then for the weeklies, I'm going to do like a weekly layout. I found a photo of somebody's I liked on TikTok, and that was what I kind of liked. It's like they treat the whole page, as one spread, where you can write over the lines from day to day and not really care too much about staying in the lines, and then adding some markers and some stickers. I think that's what I want to do for the weeklies, which is kind of the same thing I've been doing, but just more of a colorful chaos. Colorful chaos. Writing that down. Colorful chaos. And then there is this blank page before the dailies start. It says turning the page to a new year. And I saw someone have this idea. And they said, write a letter to yourself at the beginning of the year that you can look back on at the end of the year. And that's what I'm going to do here. I don't know if I'll do 2 pages, but I love that idea. And then for the dailies, I know at the beginning of the month, I want to do a mood board. This is like a blank page just to start off the month, each month. So there's 12 pages that look like this. I'm going to do a mood board. And I know I did mood boards in here. Let me see if I can find one. Like this. So again, I probably will use magazine images for that, but it's just kind of like a vision board, mood board of how I think the month is going to go. But then what I'm thinking for the dailies is each day of the week, I have a different prompt. So I think like Monday and Tuesday, for example, will be fun, something fun and joyful, maybe an act of kindness or what I did well, or I'm proud of myself for that day, or something in the week. Tuesday, it could be multiple days where I do, it's like a grid. You put a grid down and you write saw, heard, or saw, did, and heard, and then maybe a doodle. And I think I'm going to do that. I had started doing that in a separate composition notebook, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So that's an idea. I want ideas for these dailies, for each day to have its own little thing. And this, again, will change throughout the year. Saturdays, I want to do a recap. So like a recap of what I read and watched that week, because I like to keep track of all that stuff. I consume a lot of media. Something like that. And then for Sunday, maybe some weekly photos. I think I did that in here. Let's go to the back. Yeah, so like just some weekly photos and kind of highlighting what I did that week. So that is my idea for the dailies. Then there is in the back here quite a bit of space for different things. There's blank pages. There's some weird because I don't think I'm going to use them. Things like gifts and addresses. So I could cover those up with either photos or mood boards or something, but yeah, I don't think I'll use that. Anyway, so that is my plans for my 2026 Hobonichi. If you need any ideas, here's the ideas if you want to take a screenshot for the different pages I came up with. I do like on the monthly as well, you can do a doodle a day. I like that idea. I don't know. I like all the ideas, but it's just something that I've struggled with on how I want to use it. It's evolving constantly and changing. And I think that's most Hobonichi and most planner users on what planner they like the best, all of that. Some people do use it for an actual planner and those are special people. Special as in way above my head. Like, I don't even know how I would use, well, my life isn't this busy. Like, I don't have that much stuff to put in here, but I love the Hobonichi, and I did get it on Amazon, and I think it's cheaper than ordering it from Japan, because if I ordered it from Japan, it was going to be way expensive. So I ordered it from Hobonichi. I'm sure there's other stores in the United States, if you're in the United States, that you could order it from, but that's where I got mine. All right. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. And if you have any questions on the Hobonichi, let me know. But that is where I've been with my Hobonichi journey since 2022. So I started it 4 years ago. All right. I will check in with you guys soon. Take care.